Hi, this is Lori Broccoloni with Life's Abundant Riches, improving and inspiring, helping your life live a little easier. You know, we all need that a little boost. You know what I mean? And so that's what Life's Abundant Riches is about. It's about helping you with little tips. And you're probably wondering, like, why are you standing at this door? Well, that's a good question. So, years ago, like you see, my door is red. Now I have a husband who's a carpenter, so I'm like the mother that lives in the shoe, the shoemaker's daughter. You know what I'm talking about? Because nothing. Well, he does do a lot of stuff, but of course he doesn't want to do the cosmetics. So, why is the door red? Okay. Well, to be honest with you, in the feng shui, this is another feng shui tip. The Chinese, if you go to the restaurant and everything, you're going to see red doors, red carpets, red flowers. Red is always in the front part of the entrance, and red is a powerful color. It's a powerful symbol for the Chinese. It also brings in wealth. Okay, and so you can see I don't know what's going on with this camera. Anyhow, so what I decided to do, this was about, I would say about 8 years ago. Yeah, about 8 years ago. My daughter had moved out, and let's see if I can fix this. There we go. My daughter had moved out and left me. I had a racehorse that I was trying to race naturally, and I did a very good job. For the knowledge that I had to acquire, which was really horrible. Anyways, and his name was Wee. He was a beautiful thoroughbred. He was extremely smart. And what he did was he was too much worse for me to keep. And so I had to find him a good home. Okay, so what I decided to do was, it took me almost 3 years to sell him. I mean, I had to pay people to come because he was just too much worse for me. And ride him and beg my daughter to ride him when she got back from jockeying. And so I was at my wit's end. I mean, I was putting money into ads, and I wasn't going to let him go because I knew he was a $50,000 horse. I wasn't going to let him go cheap because he had talent. He loved to jump. He was very smart. I mean, he was just, oh my God, he was so smart. And so, what's this have to do with the red door? You're probably thinking. Well, I'm going to tell you what it has to do with the red door. I was taking, since 2002 or 2011 when I went to school. Since then, I've been growing, and I have a vast wealth of knowledge on anything metaphysical, anything energy work. And so I was taking a feng shui class, and in the feng shui class, they say paint your door red. And so I did my house. I went over with my instructor. We feng shuied my house, and the energy was just amazing. And the last thing I didn't do was the red door. So my husband had this paint that he had brought home. He's a carpenter. He brings home all kinds of stuff. I mean, all kinds of stuff. And so I said, well, it looks kind of red to me. So, and it's a metal door. This is a metal door. And so I painted it. And we were like having a family reunion that week too. So I painted it, and, I called him up. I had another feng shui class to go to, and I called him up before he got home, made his dinner, put it in the microwave. I called him up, and I said, you're going to be very mad when you get home. I said, but I love you, and you're going to get mad. That's all I told him. And so, of course, he was mad because I used the wrong paint. So he went out, and he was screaming at me so much when I got home. He was like, I can't believe you did that. And so he showed me what I did wrong, and I was like, okay, that's okay, Well, that weekend, really, the next day, in the mail, we got a check. It was like $238 for over taxes that we paid in the city that we live in. And so I was like, holy cow, this really works. And then the next day I got a call, and it was a lady that was really interested in Wee. And she came up and she bought him. He was gone that week. And so ever since then, our income has not tripled, but we didn't no longer have the fear of really struggling. And so it just seems that the money worked. And it was so funny because after we left, my husband went out and got the right paint, and he repainted the door. Of course, he didn't do the yellow stuff because he likes the Redskins. So anyhow, so that's my tip today. Now, if you don't want to use red on your door, if you don't have to, you can get a red carpet, you can get red flowers, and I can tell you a story about that real quick. I was doing a client who, he was a beautiful carpenter. Oh my God. And he bought townhomes down in the historic district of Frederick, Maryland. And what he would do is renovate them and then sell them for big bucks. And, well, this one particular one, the economy started to go south, real estate started to go south. And so what happened was I was over there grooming his cats, and he was like, do you have any ideas, because you're so holistic? I was like, oh yeah. I said, you're not selling it because that cannon is pointed. He had a cannon across the street. It was a real cannon. It was a small statue cannon pointing at him. And I said, you need to put red out here. And so they didn't want to paint the door red, so they just laughed at me, and they didn't think anything of it. And so he didn't sell it for that year. They did do a mirror. They put a mirror out on their window to reflect the cannon. But I hadn't heard from him for a while. He actually called me. And they were sitting around having their dinner, and his flowers in the front, he had these flower boxes in the front of his townhouses, and in his townhouse, and they bloomed red. And they all bloomed red. And he said that week that they bloomed red, and they were all in red, somebody knocked on their door that night and bought their townhouse. So you can use red flowers, and it's better to use real red flowers, or not. If not, just use a red carpet, any kind of mat. Some people use like red plastic flowers, but I like the energy of the door. Now, my daughter, she lived at a place and her door is red, and their income went up. And so everybody I know, if you go down to DC where my husband works, they got red everywhere in their front door. I mean, I can tell you hundreds of people have red. They have red carpets, red flowers. They believe in what the Chinese say. Hey, Life is Abundant Riches. Subscribe to my channel. Hey, leave a comment. Let me know if you decide to put red out to see if it improved your income and household finances. Life's Abundant Riches. Hey, subscribe to me. Bye.